Welcome back to the Living Good with Jakeb Livengood podcast. My name is Jakeb Livengood. I am your host. Let's talk. This is episode 45. It's actually the first episode that is actually high quality due to my clerical errors. I'm learning. I'm getting better, okay? And this one might just be the best episode we've done so far. It's an inside joke for myself. Maybe you don't care. I say that about every episode, okay? Because we just keep getting better and better. Average is the enemy, my friend. Average is the enemy. Maybe you aren't currently operating on that belief system, and I want to challenge you. I want to challenge that belief system. If you hear average is the enemy and you're not like, yes, and you're just like, well, what's wrong with being average, okay? You're the problem, all right? And I'm not trying to hurt your feelings or, attack your ego, whatever. I just want you to be the best version of yourself that you could possibly be. And I think you should want that too. And if you're not operating from that space, that headspace or that framework of reality, let's talk about that. Let's figure out how we can get you there, okay? First off, we all have innate passions. We have gifts, we have passions. We have things that, if you were to take money off the table, okay, money's not a factor, okay, lifestyle's not a factor. What could you do all day, every waking hour, from when you wake up to when you go to sleep? You could do that and say you were getting paid for it, right? Money's not a factor, but say you were making a sustainable, livable income from this thing, and it never felt like you ever had to work a day in your life because you're like, I really just love doing this. What would that be? It's different for every single one of us, okay? Let me paint it out, highlight it for you. For me, I have my vision board here, and I intend to be an auto vlogger, a moto vlogger, a fitness influencer. I just want to, I'm good on camera. I'm also good at understanding and explaining my ethos, how I think. And I have a lot of useful information up in my head. I've been a startup founder, right? I've done a lot of really big stuff at a high level. I'm connected to a lot of influential high-level people in the world. And so I want to be a public figure that just portrays my personality on the internet while entertaining people, while also educating them. Patrick Bet-David, Valuetainment, he's got the whole thing called value, edutainment, right? It's education, but it's also entertainment. So you're being entertained, but by the time you're done watching it, you've gotten just a tidge smarter, right? You've learned something, you picked something up. That's what I want to do. And that's what I see myself doing, as well as long form video format like podcasting. I love that. If I did this every single day and I only ever made enough money to sustain a very, just average lifestyle, I'd be chilling. I'd be chilling. Now, that's not the fundamental truth, right? And see, that's the interesting thing about when you really go for greatness. At a certain point of scale, it reaches critical mass, and now you are living a life of great means from just pursuing something that is your gift, something that you love. Weird how that works, right? It's a paradox, okay? So I want to look at the other side of the coin, right? The whole, I don't think average is the enemy, right? I could be average. I get up at 3 a.m. every day. I go to the gym for 3 hours, sometimes 2.5 if I'm cutting it short, but 3 hours, sometimes 4 hours. Okay, I do 10 to 15 working sets. I'm in the sauna for 45 minutes. I'm doing cardio every single day, 30 minutes bare minimum. Got to get it in. All right, I'm trying to evolve my body, take care of my temple, as we're called, right, in the Gospels. And by the way, I'm a man of faith as well, and I want to share that in my content medium. Okay, these are my niches. This is the full externalization. See that? We made a mistake. Oh, delete the podcast. No, relax. All right. Do it ugly. Do it stupid. Do it poor. All right. Just start. Okay. This is the full externalization of all of me, okay? And that, by being in authenticity and showing all my character traits and who I am as an individual, I will attract your vibe, attract your tribe. I will attract my 1,000 true fans, and the people that love me for me will watch. They'll be receptive. They'll get the value from it, and they will start growing and evolving, okay? Now, I operate at a very high level. I get up at 3 a.m. Now, by the way, to be successful Anybody that's telling you, you need to do this and you need to do that and you need to do that, you need to get up at 3 in the morning and you need to never eat any junk food and you need to do ice baths and saunas 45 minutes a day, all this stuff, all right? They're probably just FOMOing you to buy their course, all right? I'm never going to tell you exactly what you need to do, okay? It's nuanced, it's different for everybody. All I'm saying is the life I love and enjoy and have built for myself, I am a bit of a psychopath. I'm a bit of a crazy person, okay? I get up at 3 in the morning, 7 days a week. And by the way, in order to make sure that I'm getting proper rest and recovery, I'm going to bed at 7:30 at the latest, maybe 7:45 if I'm a little crazy. Okay, I've cut out, all entertainment, all complex carbs, complex sugars. I'm not watching Netflix, all right? I'm in bed. I'm doing my journaling and planning. I'm getting up at 3 in the morning. I'm doing my ice bath. I have a chest freezer that I keep below. It's sub-freezing, okay? And I sit in there for a couple minutes. Crazy behavior. Then I go to the gym for several hours. Then I get locked into my computer here and run my multiple businesses, okay? That's ridiculous, okay? And it's all day, every day. I got rid of my social life. For me, at this stage of my life, I don't need it. Most people would go, okay, that is crazy. And yes, okay, I'll agree with you. It's a little crazy, but it's a necessary sacrifice to delay gratification, make my today harder so that my tomorrow will look more in alignment with what I see here on my vision board and what I've structured my life and visualize my life out to look like in the future. Okay? And that's crazy. That is crazy. I get it, but it pays. It absolutely pays because see, I've been doing this 8 years and nobody tells me what to do. I'm not subservient to any leadership or a boss. I get to do what I do full time. I get to live my dreams and I'm not living my dreams yet, but I am actively in full alignment with making the gap between my current life now and my dream reality a thing. I'm actively fully invested in the actualization of that. Okay. So maybe I'm not exactly living my dreams now. Some days I wake up and I really, I'm not super enthralled to get up and do all the clerical tasks and stuff that I have to do every day. I don't feel happiness every day of my life. Some days it's dreary and I do it anyways. And that is something that high achievers are capable of doing for prolonged periods of time. Okay? Because I want to be exemplary. Andrew Tate's got this great quote and I love it so much. I've got it saved. My unmatched perspicacity coupled with my sheer indefatigability makes me a feared opponent in any realm of human endeavor. Okay, unmatched perspicacity, that means I've got charisma. Nobody's got the charisma I've got. Perspicacity, I'm perspicacious, okay? That means I go after it, I make it happen, I do it. I set my vision, I set my aim, I make that happen. That's what I'm doing. Okay, there is no plan B. I don't need a plan B. I'm not a loser. I have a plan A, and then I'm going to make the plan A happen, okay? And maybe there's some deviation, and maybe the plan A gets a little trials and tribulations thrown up into it. I get a wrench in my life, and it gets a little bit harder. Who cares? We're still on plan A. It got a little bit harder, but we're still making it happen, okay? My sheer indefatigability. Indefatigable. What does that mean? It means I cannot be fatigued, okay? No matter what trial and tribulation, no matter what wrench, no matter what Satan throws at me, I'm in a Job season. Okay, great. I'm in a Jonah season. Okay, great. Job season, Satan's attacking me every which way and I just have to remain in faith. Jonah season, I'm walking out of alignment with my purpose for my life and God's got to redirect me and go, hey, turn back around, go the other way. Okay? Doesn't matter. I'm indefatigable. My dreams and visions will come to pass no matter what has to occur in my daily life to get there. I've been through some crazy stuff. I've never even publicly spoken about some of the things that I've overcame in my life. And I won't yet until I release my book because, there's some statute of limitations on some of the things of the lifestyles living back in 2017. We'll go over it. I'm writing a full book, a full autobiography about it. Okay. So it'll come out eventually. But if I told you where I started from, you wouldn't even believe that I'm still standing here with a smile on my face going after it. I believe this vision that I've painted out in my life, what I want my future reality to look like, I believe that vision was given to me by God, by design, by God. He planted that vision in my head for its achievement, for what it will make of me to achieve it. I don't believe this is just some wishy-washy hopium of, maybe if I'm lucky enough or if God just chooses to bless me up, I'll be able to live this life that I visualize and dream of. No. Not even close. I believe that vision, those ideas, the ideation of the life that I see myself living in the future, I believe it was put in my mind so that I could achieve it. Okay? So God has pointed the boat. Okay? God's pointed my boat, but God doesn't row. God steers. He'll take the captain's helm and steer the boat in the direction it needs to go, but he's not going to row. It is my responsibility to work fervently, like it is my sole obligation to make that happen. I work like a psychopath to make sure that dream reality that I have comes to pass, and then I have faith in God that he'll bring it to pass. Okay? You seeing what I'm saying? This is very counterculture to the way reality works today. The majority of people, normalcy is running rampant, and normalcy is a problem. You see, looking at the other side of the coin, let's flip a coin and look at the other side, okay? You're just normal. You're run of the mill. You're middle of the pack. What are you doing? What are you doing? Like, how are you going to wake up every day, wake up like an accident? You got no aim, no definite purpose to your life. You're just going to go to your slave ship job that you hate, and then you're going to come home and you're going to do all sorts of escapism like drugs, alcohol, hanging out with friends that are, they're not your friends. They're a prison because you guys are talking. You guys are mutually bonding over, talking negatively and disparagingly about other people in your friend group, which is the lowest form of a bond. You're in slave ship. You don't even realize it. Okay. And like, what do you do? How are you going to even wake up, have no ambition to do more, be more, and become better? Like, I was there before, back in 2017 and earlier, but like, I couldn't, now that I've awakened to my own potential, I couldn't even visualize or actualize or think about being in that modality anymore. It's like, the other side of the coin is a lot better, my friends. It's I can't even begin to explain to you how much better the other side of the coin is. Now, everyone in your reality is going to think you're crazy because they're like, hey, look, you've changed. Come hang out with us. Come grab a couple beers with the boys. No, I don't do that anymore. Hey, dude, come on. You're missing like a really cool music festival. Like, come out to the fest. We miss your gloving. I don't care. I don't care if you miss my gloving. I am building my dreams and visions. I'm in a building season. And guess what? When we're all 40, and here's a good thing from Chris, all right? You either become a underskilled 30-year-old or an underlived 20-year-old. Okay? I'm going to say that again. Underlived 20-year-old, underskilled 30-year-old. In your 20s, which, by the way, my majority audience, mid-20s, majority male. Okay? 83% male audience. Okay? So I'm talking to you, mid-20s, male. Okay? Nobody cares about you. I'm sorry to tell you that. That's the truth. All right? Men don't actually receive actual unconditional love their entire life, except maybe from their mother. That's it. If you're lucky. Okay? Nobody cares about you at all. You could die tomorrow. A couple people will come to your funeral. They'll keep moving on. They'll forget about you. Okay? You need to become great, to show God the beauty of his creation. You need to become exemplary in all areas of life. You owe it to yourself, you owe it to God, and you owe it to your future kin, your future family. You need to view yourself as the oligarch of a dynasty. You're not there yet, but you can be there if you work really, really hard, okay? And it's hard. It is mentally difficult to take everything that would be your reality and go, is this serving me? No, it's not. Is getting beers with the boys serving me? No, it's not. It's not moving me towards my dreams and visions. So I'm going to stop doing that. Is playing video games moving me forward towards my dreams and visions? You know what? No, it's not actually. So I'm going to have to stop doing that, right? It's hard. You're going to have to make crazy sacrifices. And it's going to turn you into sort of the black sheep of your entire social circle because people are going to think you're weird. And that's okay. It is totally okay. Think about this. You go down the path of being a meaningful specific. All of a sudden, 10, 15 years later, we're all 40. Okay, the people that were telling you you're weird and you need to just relax and come have beers with us, All right. They didn't develop any skills. They didn't make anything of themselves in their 20s and their 30s. Now they're in full slave ship. Maybe they have a career that they tolerate, but they don't actually love. Okay. And they're living a lifestyle beyond their means. So they're in the debt trap. And you get to do whatever you want. You're the CEO of your life. You got multiple businesses, multiple entities that are paying you, fully sustainable. You can live whatever lifestyle you want because you have assets, not liabilities, that are paying you. Month over month, you got more cash flow than you know what to do with, instead of trying to figure out why there's more month at the end of the money, okay? These two sides of the coin, they go totally different directions. The path to heaven feels like hell. The path to hell feels like heaven. You got to look at things so critically analyze everything, and then determine, okay, you know what, wait a second, all this worldly stuff where everybody, the majority of people are going left, I think I'm gonna go right, you know? And you're not walking on the beaten path, you're carving your own path. You're floating through the Amazon with a machete, chopping down shrubbery, okay? And all the people on the worn and beaten path are like, what is this guy doing going over that direction? He's gonna get himself killed. There's a lot of analogies here, but it's all fundamental truth. All right, I've been doing this 8 years, and man, the people I'm connected with now actually inspire me so hard. Like, I oftentimes in social settings, when I'm in virtual meetings, I'm one of the smallest fish in the pond, and I feel pretty successful. I've done a lot of great things with my life, and I'm talking to people with $300 million assets under management, and I'm like, bro, whoa. You know, so it's cool. It's cool being the smallest fish in the pond. That means you're putting yourself in environments where you actually have room for growth. There's no glass ceiling there. So yeah, average is the enemy. This is what I'm talking about. You know, we're going all over the place, but there's value between this conversation and the ideas that are flowing through my mind right now. Average is the enemy. You can choose to be average your whole life, but literally how I like to look at it, you know, most people that are in normalcy, middle of the pack, they're living by the weekend, right? You're living week over week. I'm living decade over decade. I'm charting out 10 years of my life, okay? So extrapolate out your current habits and patterns and behaviors and disciplines, okay? What do you do on a daily basis? Zoom out and look at where that's going to take you in a decade. If that's not something that inspires you, then you need to zoom back in to the daily, the habits, the actions, the patterns, and the disciplines, and change those, okay? Just tweak tiny little things. Maybe you're eating out 5 days a week. How about you start cooking home-cooked meals, protein-centric meals? Maybe you're not going to the gym and you're obese. Maybe you start going to the gym 3 days a week, okay? And those are small little habit changes you can incorporate in today, right? You're zoomed in the daily, zoom back out. Where's that taking you in a decade? It changed a little bit, didn't it? Do this with everything, every area in your life, health, wealth, love, and happiness, and find out over an extended period of time, you will realize you've actually affected serious change in the trajectory and the charting of your life. And that's all you can ask for yourself. That's all you can ask. I hope this is valuable. I hope this is giving you some seeds of thought to chew on. And I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful, blessed day. I love you. See ya.